Yeah, how's it going, guys? It's Richard Unicorn Caller here, and I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. We are back with some more news and discussions to talk about, in which today's video we're going to be talking about the Nintendo Switch version of Wizard101 and where it's at, and when that might be coming out. It's still just speculation, and we're still just kind of waiting on that. And it's been at least a month and a day since we've had the console release, so yeah, we're just gonna talk about it and talk about the timeline of Wizard 101 on console. Yeah, it's been a success. So let's just jump right into it. So over here, and we go all the way back to August 29th, 2024 is when Wizard 101 officially announced that it was coming to consoles. And we were still kind of left in the dark as to know what was happening or what was going on with that, but it got everybody excited. I mean, you can even see it from the amount of views and the likes it has. Everybody was super thrilled to hear the news that it's finally coming to consoles. Now, a few months pass, and we're in May 8th of 2025, and then that's when they actually launched a Wizard 101 console on Xbox, and it's a game preview type of beta where you basically test the game out for all the bugs and glitches and stuff like that. Any crowns or, all your crown purchases or whatever, those will be returned to you on the live game. And it was really fun. Everybody loved it. They even gave like a free membership during that beta, so everybody could try it out. And for most part, it seemed like there was a lot of high praise for it. There was a lot of praise for it. So now we fast forward a little bit. They work out all the bugs and glitches and stuff like that. And now we finally get an official release date for Xbox and PlayStation for October 9th, 2025. Now, unfortunately, the Nintendo Switch never had a release date. They just said that it will be revealed at a later date, right? And so a lot of people are still kind of waiting, but they're still excited. Everything's going on. And then once it does finally launch, it was a success. Now, over here, we actually have something from Atmoplex because this came in from an article that we talked about. Now, this is according to Gamatsu, and the Switch version will not be available as a free download, but instead as a paid download for $19.99, $20. That includes access to the first arc of the game storyline. Accounts created on Switch will play on the same server as the other console players, right? And that was also, I guess, a little bit of a sour mood because it means that Nintendo Switch players can't necessarily play the game for free in a sense. They would have to purchase it first and then, do that. And I don't know if they changed this. I mean, I would doubt they have changed this, but Nintendo, I know, is very kind of weird on their free game downloads and stuff like that. But yeah, still, that was like kind of the last news for Nintendo Switch players. But moving on forward to the official launch, it finally launches on PlayStation and Xbox. Everybody's having a fun time with it. We even did a live stream of it, and there were a lot of issues. I'm not gonna lie. Like pre-launch or just like at the start of the launch, it was rough. A lot of crashes for PlayStation, at least on my end. I know some people have begged to differ, but yeah, there were a lot of crashes, at least for me. And then Atmoplex also reports that there was a lot of stuff going on in console, and this happens on October 19th, that all of the realms are full. And yes, as you can see there, they only have two realms that are like 2 pages of realms. And with the last one being Woo, and then the rest are just certain areas that you can go into on each realm. Yeah, definitely could have used a lot more. Now, this is a one-time instance. I don't think this has happened again ever since. I'm not too sure. But then we also see some queue times, which Wizard101 PC players never saw until recently, which didn't really make any sense. But there were a lot of people waiting in line to also play the game because Wizard101 was very busy. So that was also pretty interesting to see as well. Honestly, cool. As much as it does suck to wait to play the game, That is awesome. And then fast forward a little bit, Wizard101 is booming. It becomes number 20 in the best selling and number 21 in the most downloaded, and it's on Xbox's most played games US list. Wizard101 is number 158. So yeah, Wizard101 be booming, and I see tweets about it, everybody's talking about it, viral tweets and all that stuff. You know, and then we fast forward a little bit, and of course with the console launch, it wasn't a perfect type of, game application. There are still a lot of bugs and a lot of issues that people are having with it, but for the most part, it seems like a lot of people are having fun with it because you cannot deny the power of nostalgia. So fast forward around October 20th is when we get an announcement from Professor Falmea, and this basically mentions how they weren't really expecting this many people to be playing the game. Sorry about that, my headset died. But yeah, this was insane. But, going on from this as I skim it, what was beyond our hopes is the actual response we received over the last week. We were prepared for the success and an influx of new players, but the numbers have been really well beyond our expectations. While we are overjoyed, it does mean that our servers, even though we had prepared to scale up significantly, are bursting. So as soon as we saw the queues for the first weekend, we knew we had to act fast. So we have new hardware on the way to accommodate many more players. While we wish we could have a wand to fix this instantly, the reality is these things take some time to even arrive at the location where they need to be deployed, and then time to set up, integrate, test, and test again. So that's basically where we're at right now. And as of right now, we are still, and then work towards the launch on the Nintendo Switch as well. So we appreciate all your excitement and Wizard101. So yeah, that is pretty much where we are at right now. So 1 month in the 1 month into the launch, again, PlayStation and Xbox players are having fun. Nintendo Switch players are still waiting. And at least judging from this announcement, it looks like their main direction or goal is that they're going to wait until they actually get the hardware upgrades for, the servers, because they definitely need way more servers, and then potentially launch it on Nintendo Switch. Because right now, if PlayStation and Xbox itself are having troubles with the servers, then I can't even imagine trying to squeeze in the Nintendo Switch players. And especially for Nintendo, usually that's kind of, I'll say all the consoles are family consoles, but I would have to say the Nintendo is a nice little cozy console to have. I mean, you can play it on your bed, you can play it in the dock mode. It's a pretty cool console. We also don't know if it's going to be Nintendo Switch 2 compatible. I mean, I don't know why it wouldn't, but that's also one question that I've seen lately. I mean, I would imagine it would be compatible. But yeah, pretty cool stuff. And then, these are just some other announcements and stuff like that from the mods and from the, server restarts that we're having daily and all that other fun stuff. But yeah, for the main part, pretty much it's been positive. Except for the launch. The launch was a little rough. I'm not going to lie. But where we're at with Nintendo Switch, that we're still waiting for the release date for it, for Wizard101, and it just looks like until they get the whole server situation figured out, that's basically a good kind of time frame of when we could maybe expect to see the Nintendo Switch launch. Now we have no idea when that is. We still don't know when the hardware is going to get to the location, and even if it does get to that location, they said that they have to integrate it, they have to test things out, and they have to do a bunch of other technological stuff that I have no idea about. So that's basically where we're at with the whole Nintendo Switch Wizard101 console situation. Now, what I'm thinking, I mean, I've been wrong before many times on release dates, but maybe near the end of the year, like around December, or possibly early 2026. Now that's, and again, hopefully I'm wrong, hopefully it's sooner, but I don't know the reality of all this technology. I don't know how servers work. I don't know coding. Like, I don't know what goes on there at the office or what's going on, right? So I'm with you guys. We're just gonna have to wait and see. But when that does happen, I will definitely let you guys know. So if you haven't, make sure to subscribe. And until then, I will see you guys later. And yeah, peace out.